Unbelievable. What really happened at Princess Leonor's Denmark wedding? The cathedral bells echoed through the crisp Copenhagen air. Cameras flashed. The world held its breath. Everyone expected a royal fairy tale. But what really happened inside Princess Leonor's Denmark wedding left even the royals speechless. A moment of beauty turned into a moment of shock, a royal story no one saw coming. Because behind the crown, behind the vows, something unfolded that will forever change the Spanish monarchy. The story begins at the heart of two royal houses, Spain and Denmark. A bond of nations, a celebration of youth, and the promise of a new era for Europe's next generation of monarchs. But this wedding was not just another royal event. It was a political storm wrapped in a white gown, a golden tiara, and centuries of expectation. From the moment Princess Leonor stepped onto Danish soil, tension simmered beneath the surface. Spanish journalists whispered of disapproval from Madrid. Danish insiders hinted at quiet resistance from within the palace walls. Yet Leonor, poised and radiant, carried herself like a queen already tested by destiny. Her calm smile concealed 1,000 secrets, and one shocking choice that would make history. Because this wasn't just about love. This was about power, legacy, and rebellion. As the royal car glided through the streets of Copenhagen, thousands cheered. Crowds waved Spanish and Danish flags side by side. Yet behind the scenes, members of both royal families exchanged glances that told another story, one of doubt, control, and fear of change. When Leonor entered the historic church, wearing a gown that symbolized unity between nations, every detail had meaning. The lace was Spanish, hand-stitched in Toledo. The pearls came from Denmark, a gift from Queen Margrethe herself. The symbolism was perfect, until it wasn't. Because when the ceremony reached its most sacred moment, the vows, something unprecedented happened. Leonor paused. Just a heartbeat of silence, but one that echoed across Europe. She looked into the eyes of her groom, and in that instant, everyone knew this was not a scripted royal act. It was real. It was raw. It was human. Reports later revealed that her words, slightly altered from the traditional vow, caused unease among the senior royals. A promise of equality, not obedience. A declaration of love, not duty. It was subtle, but in royal language, it was revolutionary. And that's when the ripple began. Queen Letitia's expression tightened. King Felipe looked momentarily frozen, torn between pride and protocol. Queen Margrethe's smile faltered. The guests murmured softly, uncertain whether they had just witnessed a touching personal moment or the breaking of royal law. But for Leonor, that vow was freedom. A statement that she would not repeat the mistakes of history, that love and leadership could coexist. That the new generation of royals would not live under the shadows of old traditions. After the ceremony, whispers filled the reception hall. Some guests described the atmosphere as electric. Others called it tense. Even the musicians played softer, as if aware they were part of something history would never forget. Then came the toasts. Prince Christian, standing tall and emotional, spoke of love transcending borders. His words were warm, but his eyes revealed the weight of expectation. Leonor's speech followed, gentle yet powerful. She spoke of duty, unity, and courage, and then, with quiet grace, she thanked her parents for teaching her independence. It was a simple line, yet those who understood royal language knew what it meant. Leonor had publicly declared her autonomy, her right to choose her own path, even as the future Queen of Spain. As night fell over Copenhagen, the royal families smiled for the cameras. But inside the palace, behind closed doors, the real conversations began. Was Leonor's declaration a sign of a modern monarch, or the beginning of royal instability? Sources from Spain claim that advisors urged King Felipe to control the narrative. Some even suggested delaying any public statements until after the couple returned home. But the internet had already exploded. Millions across Europe celebrated Leonor's courage. Hashtags trended overnight. Spanish youth called her, La Reina del Futuro, the Queen of the Future. Yet not everyone was pleased. Conservative royal circles in Madrid called her actions reckless. Danish commentators accused her of stealing the spotlight. Even within the royal households, opinions were divided. But Leonor seemed unfazed. In the days following the wedding, she was photographed strolling through Copenhagen's Nyhavn harbor hand in hand with her husband. No guards, no entourage, just two young royals embracing their new reality. Those images, simple yet powerful, symbolized everything the old order feared, a monarchy that looked human. Behind palace doors, however, the politics grew fierce. Spanish officials began debating how Leonor's modern approach might reshape the image of the crown. Could she be both a queen and a symbol of independence? Could she lead Spain through the 21st century without losing its royal heritage? Meanwhile, Denmark basked in admiration. Leonor's humility and grace captivated the Danish people, reminding many of their own crown Princess Mary, another royal bride who had once defied expectations. The Danish press hailed her as the future Europe needs. But in Spain, the tone was mixed. Some feared that Leonor's choices would alienate traditionalists. Others believed she had sparked a new era of transparency and humanity within the monarchy. The real question now was, how far?